Yeah, John, I need to thank Piggly Wiggly too, right here in Ace Hardware and Piggly Wiggly right here in McCalla, and Piggly Wiggly Hueytown and Ace Hardware and Camden Piggly Wiggly. I appreciate all them sponsors. I got to go there in the morning and get the ribs and a couple Boston butts, get ready to cook for the weekend. But we appreciate them jumping on board. A lot of good folks, a lot of good people to shop with. How you doing tonight, John?
Good. I'm trying to post a comment. We're giving away a 5-foot rod tonight. So
That's right. Corey's tuned in. Johnny Carwell. Yeah, we're giving away a fat man pole. Okay.
A fat boy pole. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Awesome, dude. I knew you said was. I didn't know which one. So, well,
it's gonna. I get to pick a number tonight. Jessica's not here.
Yeah, Jessica's having to cover shift at work. So, God bless her. She came in from work, took a nap, had to go right back.
That's right.
She's a tough old bird. So,
she wasn't happy about it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm Scott Seals tuning in. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. We got some fish that John has caught and I've caught. We got a little stuff that we kind of, picked up on, and we have a couple successful trips. So we're gonna share some of that information, and there's still people catching them. I mean, no doubt about it. It's warm. The rain's kind of slowed down a little bit, so we'll get into that when people. So
we need to talk about the kids tournament, among other things.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. The 9th of August, isn't that right?
You sound right to me. Jessica's always chiming in, letting us know.
Yeah, I think it's the 9th. Dippy, the kids outdoor tournament. It's coming up quick. We'll be there. You go. John just put it on there, guys. So you need to you need to type in www.fishoutlaw.com. That's what we're going.
Yep, tonight.
Once he says something about it. So.
Who is the mayor?
The mayor's on here, Mr. Wade Cole, my buddy down there. The mayor's in here. I seen Tim Maddox said he's still catching some fish, I guess, up there at Bankhead. Good for him. Blake McDaniel's tuned in. Appreciate you tuning in, Blake. I've been watching him post fish and food. I always like seeing it.
Amos, it'd cut down on shipping if you win.
Yeah, man, you want him to ship it out. And my buddy Tommy, I spoke with him earlier. Him and Kim's coming up to visit this weekend. They'll be headed up here tomorrow. I appreciate all my friends. Heck, everybody tuning in on this place. I went to the Deer Expo and ran into a bunch of people that comment on here and follow all our stuff. So there's old D tuned in here, Alpha Plumbing there, one of our good sponsors.
Matter of fact, we got some money that D had sent that was left over from the giveaway.
That's right.
And that's Alpha Plumbing who's giving away the rod for the night tonight.
There you go.
He had a couple weeks ago, he had sponsored a rod giveaway and had sent enough that we were able to give away a Patriot, which is one of the more expensive rods. And tonight we're going to be able to give away a 5-foot Outlaw, which Jessica and I use all the time. So we're excited. Thank you, D.
Thank you, D.
Alpha Plumbing. They've been a great sponsor of the.
He's been here. Like I said, hey, I don't care where you live. Call D. I mean, I'm not selling you. He won't drive down there to you. You never know about D. So.
What's kind of crazy? One time he and I were talking, and he's down here working by my house.
Yeah, you never know. Like I said, his number's posted. If you can zoom in right there, that's his sign up there. I post his stuff all the time. It's in the credits on the first of the video. Like I said, hey, if you're local here, especially Tuscaloosa, Brookwood, Hueytown, McCalla, you have some plumbing needs or even building needs. They're building houses, they're building decks, they're remodeling bathrooms. He's doing it all. So just call him, and he called me. He's trying to get a well dug for somebody. I don't know if he ever found anybody, but a lot of that well digging, those people are retiring and nobody's getting into that stuff. It's kind of crazy.
I know down where I live, you pretty much got to get on a waiting list.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but I appreciate D. Like I said, I talked to him yesterday. I think me and D's gonna slip off next week sometime in the evening and try to go down there a little south and go catch some shallow fish. Hopefully, we're doing some hot weather, guys. I mean, we're mid-July. It's hot. You got about 40-something days till the football season kicks off, so it's coming, The fish have set in. We'll kind of let this thing get in, 15, 20 minutes in. We'll start talking about fishing. And, yeah, no kidding, Dave. So, I mean, seriously, man. I mean, as many people as I know and familiar with and acquaintance with, and I don't know anybody that drills whales. It's crazy. I mean,
I know it's all great until you run into the problems. I was watching a guy drill one here in my community, and I asked him one question. I said, "You ever had that? They start putting that casing in, and I said, "You ever had that like fall?" And he said, "I'm gonna need you to ask you to leave if you ask any more questions like that."
Yeah, so, hey, I guarantee you, if it can happen, it will happen when you do it.
Now they were quick to run it. They got a cinch they put on it before they let go of it, and right. They got a thing that goes over the bail. It was interesting to watch. I will say that.
Oh yeah, man. Tim said there's a guy up there that does it. There you go, Tim. Out of the country, man, that's all you ever heard of, especially in the springs, a lot of springs and stuff. So,
in our community, there's no public water available, so you
right.
have to have a well. Yep,
that's good, man. I see where Tim's been catching a few fish, shallow, and several people we keep up with have been catching fish. I've been fortunate enough to catch some myself. Saturday was kind of. We went to Miller's Ferry Saturday, me and James Jr. and James Sr. We went. Fish were still kind of scattered, aggravating. I think we ended up catching, I don't know, keeping close to 40. We had to scratch around for those. Pretty nice morning, actually. It didn't get hot till about lunchtime, but, it kind of slowed down. But there's days it's great and there's days it's okay. I mean, you can't really ever complain when you catch 30-something fish. I mean, you just – it's hard to, even though it's kind of like, hey, we had to work for them. But, hey, I remember a time I would have been backflipping for 30-something fish.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a slow day Tuesday, but it was kind of – I was on fish and like a dummy left fish to go where I thought would be better, and it wasn't worth the boat ride to go back to where they were at.
You see where Amos said, let's throw in a hat with tonight's winner. There you go.
Do it.
Thank you, Damon. Carlos Curry tuned in. Roger Williams, appreciate him tuning in, man.
Roger, that's Dr. Story there, Roger Williams Story.
That's right. He's tuned in, man. There's a lot of, like I said, I haven't seen many names, but we'll kind of go into what John did to find his fish, and what he used, and I'll go into kind of as far as around Demopolis, it was typical summer for me. I mean, the fish are there like they used to be several years ago. So, and I kind of brought my own rule. I mean, I got to go Tuesday evening late, and I left fish to go find fish because a buddy of mine caught some on the main river. And I went out there, and I didn't have a ton of time. And got out there and scratched up 4 or 5, and I went back to the next creek, John, and we caught 10 or 15 out of a 5 foot deep brush pile, and they were hot fish. They were knocking the fire out of it. I mean, just throwing some little, a little fat baby wise choice that I use, a little pepper, chartreuse pepper, nothing fancy. But I was telling John that, and John said, "Man, you could have done 2 things, which I've done. I take a long rod, put a 30-second on there, and dip them, or you can take a quart, like John said. Should have done that. Took a quart and just rolled it over them because they were aggressive when they seen it. So,
what he's talking about, what I was talking about with the cork, is you can take most shallow fish that are like 3 foot deep, and they can see a foot.
Mm-hmm.
You can put that cork on that line above just a regular jig head with a plastic on it. You cast that cork out there, and you'll be amazed how slow you can.
Yeah, like that. He can like that right here.
Right, you can bog that bait down, and what it is, a lot of times the fish aren't necessarily seeing the bait when you're bringing the boat because they're so lethargic. But a lot of times when they do, they actually come up and get it. So you can just barely even reel your reel and just like drag it and keep it in the strike.
I'm gonna try that next time I go, because John suggested that, and I'm like, and we were catching some pretty 13-inch whitefish. There was and I told John, you could see up there, and they're so tall on that return, you can see them. They're just tall. They're whitefish, and the way they're set up, and they were pretty aggressive. And I'll try that next time for sure. So we were just rolling. Go ahead, John.
You hear people say they downsized or they went to a smaller bait. Yeah, you can downsize a profile and you can go to a lighter bait. But the reason you're going to that lighter bait a lot of times is to slow that jig down and to keep it above the fish for a longer amount of time, where they've got longer time to identify it, see it, and then come up and attack it. When you put that cork above it, this mainly only works when they're in the shallower water column. You can just really bog that bait down.
I mean, they're in the same spots I told John that you would think in the spring. Why? There's several factors. John and I were just kind of discussing. You got bait, you got thermocline, you got color. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that push those fish in there. And right now they're in there. The water's got a creamer coffee color. It doesn't clear up unless you get a lot of rain. Then all them artesian springs that clear it up. But hey, I didn't go 50 yards from the launch and should have stayed in there beating on them, but I ran out to the river. But we ended up catching 40 in a couple hours. But
my man said he got a sore on.
Yeah, so Jonathan went with me Sunday. We played around with some fish Sunday up at Bankhead. And
that's my first time ever doing that. I put the comment up there.
There you go. That's my buddy JT. His girlfriend Amy went with us, and those fish were being kind of stubborn where we were. The water was clear. We were down there just goofing off and riding around. And
is he the one that got the gator tag?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one that got a gator tag going to Eufaula. That's JT. He lives.
All right. Did you talk to old boy?
Yeah, I talked to several people. I got to call him, but JT runs next year. We've been talking about John running a hog hunt with him and a crappie trip with me. We talking about doing it next year.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because JT, they kill a bunch of hogs and hunt a lot of hogs, and they got a lot of property, and they're serious. They got a bunch of dogs. We're talking about running some combo stuff, just fishing during the day and go hog hunting that night. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're talking about doing it. So we may pull it off next year. But
hey, if anybody on here, or if you got an alligator tag, let us know. Jessica and I put in every year. We never get one. And what people don't realize, people that got the sonar technology that like Shane and I have and other people have, we could really help you with your gator hunt, because once you ever identify that alligator, he pretty much can't get away from you unless he goes up on land and gets out of the water. You can stay with him and track him. If you see one that you like, you want to try to hook and catch. you can stay with them. I've got a video I could repost.
Yeah, I told JT about that, and I went to digging for it. That one you were
Yeah,
talking
it
about.
was a big old gator. And he happened to have a jug hanging out of his mouth, but which really didn't matter. I was able to follow him, and he'd think he was away from me. He'd pop back up, see the boat again, and go back down.
Got to come up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a gator tag, we like to keep up with that stuff too, because a lot of places we fish have gators. But John, kind of go into what you done Tuesday, then the difference, when you got to go today, without sharing too much information, kind of,
I mean, I don't mind sharing it. I went fishing on the Alabama River Tuesday, and went and fished some stuff that I had tournament fish before, and felt good about it. And ran to the dam, put in at Holy Ground, and ran to the dam, and started coming back up, and did some ledge fishing. And sure enough, some of the stuff on the ledges was excellent, and should have stayed down there fishing ledge and on the river ledge, and got the bright idea. I was like, man, if they're doing this here, they're going to be in this other place that I need to go.
mm-hmm.
And so I left fish like a dummy.
That's what I done the other day. Same thing.
Yeah, to go. I'll just tell you, I ran up, to a creek up north of Holy Ground, and it just wasn't. I mean, it wasn't happening like it was down there on the river ledge. Hey, down on that river ledge, you'd pull up on that stump, and your first 3 or 4 casts on each stump, you were catching a fish.
I know what you're talking about. Well, you told me some areas down there.
Yeah, there was no hesitation. The fish were coming up, and they were firing, they were eating. And once you had about 3 casts where they weren't popping it, you move up to the next stump and do it again. Well, hell, we popped them like 20 quick. And I was like, you know what? If they're doing this here, we will murder them. We'll just kill them up further up.
Right.
I go on up, and you can burn as much boat gas on the Alabama River as you want to.
Hey, man, you sure can.
And so I went way up to where I thought it would be popping, and I got up there, and I was like, golly, this was the dumbest thing ever. And I've done that in a tournament on there before. And but anyway, run up there, it did not work out. And I had like 20 when I left down there, and we ended up with 25 fish. That was on Tuesday.
Right.
Now today, went to the Alabama River and fished closer to Montgomery, and it was popping. Those laydowns up there on the main river are on fire. There was 3 of us on the boat today, and we had 85 fish. And that was in like 5.5 to 6 hours.
Y'all whooped on them. I say.
We beat them in the down face.
Good day. I mean, that's what people don't realize. When it hits and you find them, it hits. I mean, they're and you had a mixed bag. You had blacks and whites. I mean,
we did. Had a mixed bag today. Just creeping. I mean, a lot of these laydowns are the trunk of the laydowns up there, on the bank, and you just walk down the laydown and until you started getting into the fish and take it away from them.
Was there a hot spot there, or just fish scattered in it? What was it, John?
Mainly with the trunks of the trees.
On the big
where it
part
started bushing out, or the deep, when it started getting deeper down there, you started running in thermocline. So they were just up on the trunks or right below the trunks of the trees.
So when that tree come in the water, they're sitting right here.
That's or on top of it, some of them.
Okay, I got you. Cool.
And here's another thing. So if you'll look how the river runs, look at how the shade projects on the side of the river.
There you go.
And, that's a very, very good tip right now. There were shady sides of the river with laydowns, and they had more fish on them.
That's what we ran into. I told you, we got in there at 5 o'clock. There's shade in a lot of those places. So those fish know it too. They always, you know, crappie always know where they are. They're not doing anything by accident. So, what was you throwing? Colors you throwing, John? Just
I threw today. Actually, I was black and chartreuse. I threw.
yeah,
They were throwing some like a dirty colored monkey milk.
yeah.
And everybody was catching fish. No, so you can always, you got people on the boat with you, and they start talking about, do you think we need to change color? That discussion never come up today because everybody was catching fish.
Right, you just kind of present it in the right spot and go with it.
That's right. That's right.
How was the current on the main river when you're fishing the stumps downriver?
Oh, all right. So there was a little bit of flow, and I feel like that helped some.
Right.
I don't know. It wasn't enough to hinder a 16th.
There you go. You're throwing a 16. Okay, I was going to ask you.
Going down to like 10 or 12 feet.
Gotcha.
Now that was further south. Further up where I was at today, the thermocline seemed to be pushed up significantly more.
That means the water kind of moving slower. They're really not pulling.
I get, yeah, I was further away from the dam.
You what was I going to ask you, John? Was the bite a pressure bite? Was it a thump? What was it?
It was some smoke broke today.
That's why they were doing it the other day. Scaring you, they were hitting it so hard. I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd knock slack in that line like a spring.
Oh, yeah.
I like.
And then we had a couple that old boy took for a walk, and I was like, that braided line's hanging out of his mouth for a reason, and he's swimming toward it still.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when they're thumping that, they're really eating it instead of that half-ass little old grab and that pressure bite and that loading that rod up. You know, I got a rod here, and of course, this is just sitting here. But John, I tell you, man, you'll sit there and look out of the corner of your eye. I'm trying to get this rod where I can actually do something with it. I ain't got no room, but you'll see that end of that rod. You'll see that rod just do that, and a lot of people don't even feel that. And hey man, you gonna set the hook? You're like, what? I say, hey man, it's he's loaded up on there. These fast tip rods that we're using nowadays, you can actually see it. You know that rod, it will rip up. There's a great question, Tara. Looky there. You come out, and I appreciate that question, Tara. What's the best tail you need to change colors? Falling, it's falling and not biting it.
It's not necessarily always them following and not biting. It's them seeing it.
Exactly. They don't address it right, John. Go on.
Yeah, the following once they start following, a lot of times it's on you. The things you do wrong. I see people all the time that when they're reeling, they've got the reel in their hand and they're doing a circular motion as they reel. Well, when you're doing that circular motion as you reel, your jig is doing a circular motion up or an up and down motion. When you reel, you need to keep this. You got the reel in this hand. You need to be just a steady reeling like this, and it keeps that jig just coming up at a constant motion. That I call it dippy doing. Like I get on people. I mean,
yeah, it does happen. You're right.
I'll say quit dippy doing the fish, and that's what they're doing is their fish address the bait, and they're making him dip and dodge and dip and dodge. You got to have a really excited fish to eat when you're doing that.
What John's talking about, guys, is when you bring that jig over that fish and you get him up on his tail, when you're doing that rod, if you ever dip that below his mouth, he's going to flatten out, and he's done.
That's right.
I don't care if it's Van Dam, Hayden Jeffries, that thing, you can't get him back in gear. So when he gets in gear, you don't ever see a shad hopping. They might twitch a little bit, but when that fish John's talking about, that jig's coming, fish is coming, you got to finish that thing off. Sometimes you can vibrate your rod a little bit, but don't, like John's saying, the more you do this right here with your rod, that jig is just womp, 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 womp. So there's so many factors.
And some people can't help it. They're doing it. They're not realizing. So what I tell those people is, all right, obviously you're chicken winging out here and you're doing your harvest.
Exactly.
So I'll tell them to bring their elbow in and lock it in,
Boom.
and then reel from right here. And then like when they forget to do it, I say, all right, lock your elbow in, and then they'll lock their elbow in, and it locks their reel hand.
That fish, I'm telling you, You shake that bait, fish likes it. Here he comes. You're doing that dippy do, you can forget it. But if you're smooth, you'll see that fish's tail flap. He's coming. He's fixing to knock the fire out of it.
But Tara, in all honesty, sometimes when it is super terrible, and I mean, we'll swap up the colors because the following just gets to be where it just blows your mind, and you're like, I've got to do something different. That's when we'll swap colors. But if you've got a natural bait on there, whether it be like something that's dark, like if you like that, there's some darker color like black baits and stuff like that, or you running something that's like a shad color, a silver, or monkey milk. Typically, that's going to be your best option to get regular bites. If you got a mayfly hatch, try to match that. But the biggest thing I would say definitely is your presentation once they address the bait.
I think the presentation is number one, like John always says. Colors coming in behind it. But sometimes John and I are fishing together. We do it a lot. I throw in there, I get a little chaser, and it goes back, and then John, that same fish turns around and eats John's bait. Whoa. I know it's that color. You know what I'm saying? I know, for instance, hey, he's throwing black chartreuse. That fish seen that profile. Then you know that. But always have different baits. Don't leave that pile, Tara, till you've tried all your little tricks. The smooth retrieve, the no yo-yoing, the different color jig. You might catch 3 or 4 hot fish, and the rest of them just give you the bird, basically, with it, putting it nicely, and you got to go to the next pile. So it happens. It happens to all of us, I promise you. But yeah, that's a great question, because a lot of people, I'm getting followers. What I do, make sure your presentation's good. Make sure you're smooth. Make sure you're not flattening that fish out. Make sure you keep him on his tail. I mean, that's what Live Scope taught us over the years, is the habits of the fish. Like John and them will tell you, if you can stop that bait 3 foot above that fish and he turns up and coming, he's hot. He's ready to go. If you start jigging it early and he comes out there and hits it, you're going to catch those fish. Now, if you got to bring it right here to him and get him to pick his head up, then you can do your little dance. But, they're just, there's a lot of tricks, and you will learn them the more you fish. I promise you. You can't give up on them.
Well, I don't know where that lake is he's talking about.
Belton. I think that's the lake he was talking about was high. I think it's in Texas.
I think we talked to him before.
Yeah, we talked to him about how high it was.
Yeah.
It's 8 foot high now. Y'all fixing to get a bunch more rain according to that storm coming. Texas is going to get it. Mississippi.
Yeah, that thing shifted and shot right over there to them.
It's Texas is going to get some more rain. I know Mississippi and West Ball, extreme southwest Baldwin County and stuff. You're fixing to get some more rain. I hope we're not going to get nothing. Maybe some little showers, but.
Jason, that's a great question. Not being on the lake, I think we've talked about this before, is I'd get out of the current and follow the bait. I mean, obviously, the fish are going to follow the bait, so you follow the bait. And the shad aren't going to be out there in that blasting current where your lake being 8 foot high. So
no.
Find you some bait. If you got to do that side imaging, if you've got it, ride around till you find some bait, and then move inward and look for some suspended fish. Because I would have to make the assumption that that when it's up that high, that it's dirty water. So obviously the fish aren't going to be together, and you'll have to move around and fish individual fish.
That's right. I'll say what Sonny said. If you were to buy a 16-inch screen, what would you get trying to hold out for a 1622? I don't think they'll ever come out with a 1622, but what is that new in the 1643, John, without all the mapping?
Yeah, they got that wide. They call it wide.
They got a 15-inch wide, yes. I think it's a 1643. Neil's got one.
Yeah, that 1643, you've got a lot of options with it. You can still expand it to another screen if you wanted to. A 16-inch screen is a great thing to have. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know that they ever do a 1622.
Yeah,
I hate to even say this, but I feel like those like the 1222s and 1022s, I feel like that they're going to treat those kind of like Humminbird did Helix eventually and
They're
phase
gonna
them.
dip them out, right? I know the 1643. I have an 8616, and it has ocean maps and all this stuff that we really don't need. And that 1643 is the same resolution, just don't have all the mapping, not near as heavy. But yeah, I know that 1643 is a great option for sure. Yeah, Ashton bought him a 1222 after him and I went fishing. He went from the 9 to the 12, and when he went with me, it was like, dadgummit, we caught some fish, had a really good day, and we kept close to 60 fish, and he got him a 1222. Man, he's been catching some down there at you take somebody like Ashton that could fish, and you put him on the boat, it's really enjoyable, and then he picks up a few tips, and then he's going to go try it where he's going, and he catches fish, and that's the enjoyable part about carrying people. Yes, we need to have that conversation. I'm glad you said it, Ashton. Ashton, while he's got it sitting there, Ashton was talking about the GT56 transducer. It only works with a UHD screens. Like if you got a 93 SV, it will not work. It has to be a UHD. I think that's correct. But we were talking about that.
And here's the deal: the reason why it's a UHD transducer.
There you go. So me and Ashton were talking about he got one, it wouldn't work. Bass Pro Shops took it back. But yes, the GT56 is the cat's meow as far as transducers, but make sure you got a UHD. Exactly. Thank you, Ashton. Well, we were going to talk about that. I spoke with him earlier in the week. But Ashton ordered one. It wouldn't work with his 93, and he's thinking like I kind of was. If it was a GPS maps, but no, it's got to be a UHD. Exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I think that Humminbird kind of screwed everybody around with what they did.
Oh yeah, I think so too, Joe.
I've loved Humminbird stuff, and I'll just give y'all a background on what they did. They came out with a new series of units, and they're called Explorers. XPLOR, I think it is. All right. When they came out with that, they will not communicate with the units they had before, like a Helix. Helix is probably one of the most popular models that Humminbird's ever had. They won't communicate with a Helix or a Solix, from what the video I've seen.
That's wrong, man.
That's wrong. You just took all this money people have spent.
Trying to make you,
and trying to make you upgrade to this Explorer. And I haven't messed with an Explorer, and eventually I will, because I'll have to take somebody out that wants me to help them with their electronics. But I mean, that was a dirty move on Humminbird's part.
Yeah, that's kind of asinine, And the bad thing is, guys, John said it too. If we're setting up new boats, we're going all Garmin right now. If we bought all new stuff, we're going all Garmin GT56. 100%. And we're not sponsored by Garmin. I'm just spitting it like it is,
So Tom said third gen Solix on. Well, I don't know. Tommy probably knows better, but I watched a video, and the guys had two connected, marking stuff on each one, and I know for a fact no Helixes will talk, because I've got a 4, and the video I watched was a Gen 4 Helix, and that you're right, Goob. Someone said they're only for themselves. Yeah.
Tara's got another good question.
Yeah,
hey, she's bringing it. I hear you. When there's a really tight to cover, if they're buried up in that cover, John, what's the best tip to get close to them so they can see it without staying home, or do you just change colors to a darker color?
All right, so
that's a great question.
Great, she's bringing the smoke.
Yeah, I hope this is her, not somebody asking her, but that is a damn good question. Right there.
For real.
I appreciate it.
I had to do something that I don't normally do. I've got some jig heads that have some brushes on the front of them. It's a thicker weed guard is what it is, and you can get in that cover. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it'll get hung up too, but you can do some. I always say I'm sending Door to Explorer down there.
Check them out.
Yeah, I mean, when I put one of those on there, I say I'm sending Dora the Explorer down because you can get deeper in that cover, and sometimes, it'll come out and it'll beat and bang on those limbs, and there's something about it doing that will trigger some bites sometimes that you wouldn't normally get. And what else? What else? She said, do you
She's
change
talking
it?
about if
I
you
don't
put it in there.
change. I don't change the color any. I still just beat and bang down there with the same colors. But we
That's a
get
great
some.
question. I always have you some weedless jigs if it's super thick, Tara.
Yeah.
Like John said, sometimes you can vibrate that bait before you get to the fish. If that jig's coming down and the fish is sitting here and you're bringing your jig down, you can start shaking that bait. Maybe you can get him to look up. Maybe you can get him to come out. You don't ever know. But like you said, if you can't, put that jig in there and start ticking them limbs like John.
And I'll tell you this: when he's if they start chasing that bait and you bang it off a limb, when it comes off that limb, that's not going to spend a lot of the.
He ain't gonna take that because he thinks it's trying. What it is, it's a reaction. Just like when you used to reel a crankbait, hit a stump or a spinner bait, it's the same type of reaction bite. When I was fishing this fast Tuesday evening late, I was taking that weedless jig and banging them trees, and guess what? You'd see one start stutter stepping, and he put the heat on. I was throwing weedless jigs because it is thick. Now the good thing about the limits tackle jigs with a smaller gap. Even though that little hook, you bend that hook up a little bit, that jig does pretty well in some not so thick stuff. It does really good in the treetop. So, but yeah, that's a great question right there for sure.
Shane, that one right there.
Yeah, there it is.
All right. So what he's talking about, this man of anybody will know he rigs boats for a living.
That's right.
So Humminbird did it themselves. But he's talking about all right. You have a network cable. Let's just say you're hooking your TV or two monitors together. You just hook them together, with one cable. Well, Humminbird was smart in their marketing department and being able to sell things. They required your network cable to have a cable they sold to hook the network cable to hook into Humminbird. Well, they're 20 something bucks, probably 20 there. Yeah, there's one right there. You got to have that.
You got to have this dongle cable to even go from the main cable to the box.
Right. So that's 25 bucks probably every unit they sell. They can just add that 25 bucks.
3 slots for it. But you have to go into that barrel right there.
Well, they could just made it where you could just hook the network cable in the back of it. That's the things they do to
I got several. I got a couple of these dongle cables over there. I had to order a new power cable, but that's where John and them talking about, guys. Most shows ain't gonna tell you this stuff. You got people like Jonathan that rig boats, and then him and John talk about it. But that's where they get you, man. Come on, man. I just spent $2,500. I want to go fishing, then I got to buy another $50 worth of little plugs just so I can, come on.
Yeah, wait for that cable to come in.
Yeah, this right here is keeping you from using your unit.
See, here's Tim
right there. He's telling the truth too.
Yeah, nickel and dime you to death.
And the Humminbird's right here in Alabama. Come on, guys. You're in the fishing capital of the Southeast. But stuff like that. That's why we talk about on the show. We're very opinionated.
We probably went off on this too much. We'll go get
I forget. Hey, Ashley talking about my buddy Tommy Randolph. Tommy Randolph, you have to use a light rod and loosen his drag because he's fixing to hammer whatever hit his thing.
Hey, does he do the crow hop?
Man, hey, Ashley, I said, Lord, I felt the wind off of it. Just blow my beard a little bit. I said, easy. But hey, we were catching some pretty good fish, and I always give Tommy a hard time. He's gotten a lot better though, my buddy Tommy. But I told Ashton, he knew who Tommy was too. He started laughing. So, what John? And if you buy a new boat and you want it rigged in a hurry, by Garmin, there you go, man. Andalusia Marine to do it. So
yeah, we
better be giving away a ride. We done went 40 minutes. What time we gonna do it?
I don't know. Let's just throw everybody for a loop. We got some folks on here right now.
Man, we got 63 folks. That's the most been on here in a long time, man. I appreciate it.
So we're gonna give away a rod here in the next 10 minutes. if you want to be
I'm
in,
gonna type it in there, John.
yeah, if you want to be in for the rod,
It's
all you
Fish
gotta
Outlaw,
do is
right?
www.fishoutlaw.com is what you'll put in. I'll announce it here in a little bit. I'll call out a number, and
I can copy and paste that right there that I just put on there.
there you go. You'll put that in there in just a minute, and we'll do it here in the next 10 minutes and give away a 5-foot outlaw crappie pole. And
Amos said whoever wins, make sure you get the address. He'll mail it.
Yes, I'll get all that. And Amos is going to give him a hat along with the rod. So it'll be a good little combination for you.
Oh yeah, John's been using those rods for years. And I used to have a couple of them. I think somebody done tried to steal a thing from me.
Hey, let me tell you what happened, bud. So you were asking me about my sunglasses.
Yes.
Mine came UPS.
I'll be damned.
They were under the house. So
you're talking about your Casking glasses.
All right, so I'm gonna go grab them.
Go grab them, man. I'm telling you, we were sharing this last year.
Shane, start talking about the price point and all that on the Casking sunglasses.
I seen it on Facebook, guys. Casking. We used their line. We're not sponsored by them. John uses their Sharky reels. And I seen that, and a buddy of mine was like, man, these glasses are pretty good. So I'm like, hell, it was $34, $34. John got his for $25 a piece, and I ordered some Flat Rock Caskings. And I'm telling y'all, I fished in them the last 3 trips because I've got some Costas. These are 580 Costas, the glass lens. These are heavy. Those little Casking that John's going to show you, you cannot beat them for fishing. They're scratch resistant. I've been cleaning them with paper towels, haven't scratched them. You buy Strike Kings and all these glasses, they'll scratch up when the wind blows. But show everybody. I didn't know what color you ordered. So,
well, all right. So they come with this Casking case.
Yeah.
With of course, a cleaning rag case. All that's together.
Yeah, $30-something, $34.
$30, and then they're pretty sharp sunglasses.
They're fathead friendly. Hey, I'm telling
you. Me and Shane got the biggest heads you'll ever see.
Head. I'm talking about. I'll stretch
we weren't nice to our moms, so they're pretty nice.
Are they not light though? They're super.
They are very light. But
there you go.
They've been great. Hey, we don't have a dog in the hunt.
No, we don't have nothing. We just like to share it because I'm telling you.
Well, hey, so you buy 2 pair right now, you get free shipping, and they're like $50. So
yeah, that's what John did, and I've got several pair. I got a tortoise shell, and
those are the tortoise outside with the.
Yeah, they look good. Show everybody that thing. They got cutouts on them. They're flat rocks. Hey, I wish Casking would sponsor me because I'd have a 6-pack of them things because everybody always leaves their glasses.
They have a pile of options on them.
Hey. See my screen well, but I need to. I wish they made some yellow lenses.
They got this case.
They got a nice case. I'm telling you. Hey, we use that Casking Silky line, 6 and 8 pound. Been using it for a while now.
Yeah.
Everybody that gets on the boat that uses it, they usually put it on the rods. So
hey, yes, Tim Keenan Jr.'s on here.
There he is.
Hey, his son's about to have the breakout year at Bama.
There you go. Yeah, we're not ready.
Man, I'm excited to watch him play this year.
When John says it, we're gonna type in www.fishoutlaw.com.
Yeah,
the number. He'll say the number, then we'll go with it. I'll refresh it a couple times, and then we'll count it down. But everybody kind of got a little practice time in there. I just put it on there just to show everybody what to copy and paste. So,
yeah. He'll say, "Hey."
He needs that rod. He was ready.
Hey, me and Tim might be able to swap something out on a rod.
There you go. Hang on, Chuck. We ain't ready to go. We ain't ready to do it yet.
Creek man loves his boy watching him play football.
That's right. I'm sure you can work something out on that for sure. Don Peoples, one of my old workmates, is on here. Appreciate Don.
Making a BLT for that rock. That's good. Hey, all right. So we certainly don't want to hold up any BLT giveaways. All right, we're going to do the rod giveaway right now. We're going to do number 10. Whoever number 10 is on www.fishoutlaw.com.
There you go.
Get out. There you go. So, all right, we got people rolling in already.
Yeah.
www.fishoutlaw.com.
I'll refresh it, and hey, we're gonna give a
Yeah.
rod.
Stevie, Byron.
Yeah, Curtis. I'm gonna refresh it, guys.
Let it eat tater chip, or let it rip tater chip.
We probably got one by now. It doesn't take long. People jump on it, so
that's cool. Well, Shane, I guess we did. I don't know what we need to talk about while they're pumping out the numbers right here.
I'm gonna let them roll it up. Then I'm gonna refresh it, and it's kind of as they come to the moderator myself. They're gonna be.
That's Stevie that went triplicate. Oh man,
we got to win it for sure. And then Tara, we're gonna get to your question. She's coming out with them, buddy. Look at that.
I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah,
I wonder, like, where's she? Do you know her?
I have not. It's the first time I ever seen her on the show.
That is cool. She's asked some great questions.
She has. A lot of questions people want to know. So we got a winner. But look, I'm gonna refresh this thing 3 times.
All right, and I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna roll up and make sure he ain't cheating.
Yeah, make sure I ain't cheating nobody. All right, there we go. I got to go down because a lot of people practice on me, so I got to go down and pass the other ones. Let's see. The first one is right there at Ron. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like Stevie. Let me make sure though. Make sure. I don't want to get too excited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's him right there.
Stevie Robertson.
There he is. He won it.
Good deal. Hey, he had quick fingers on the keyboard because he
did copy and paste. He sends to me emails or something. Congratulations, Stevie.
All right, Stevie. I need you to send me a messenger post and with your address so I can get it mailed out to you, and they're gonna send you a hat and a 5-foot outlaw crab pole.
I appreciate everybody sharing that. That's big time. I'll tell you, there he is, winner. Tim said that I win. Shut up, Tim. Daryl Moore from Texas, thank you for tuning in. Let's get to Tara's question here. Boy, she's coming out with it. Is Spotlight trolling motor good to use in the current of a river with the transducer on shaft? With you having to constantly move the motor, or not worth spending the money? Here we go.
She's got great questions.
Man, hey, you're talking to get in the Spotlight game, you're talking about $3,500 at the cheapest, so she's got a good point. So
all right. So if you were on a brush pile, all things being great, your current is perfect, you're dead nosed into the brush pile, you can put on Spotlight, and if your Spotlight was doing right, it'd move just a little bit left, right, and you'd be able to see it and watch it go down. But typically Spotlight and the transducer on the trolling motor are a terrible idea, because Spotlight can lose its mind when it doesn't have plenty of wind and a lot of current. I put it in today, and I was like thinking I was doing the right thing. I was going to get way away from a bunch of fish, and I ran away from them. I thought I had the boat stopped.
And then it went right back to it.
Yes, and I looked at my graph, and it said zeros. I was at 0 mile an hour. That's not going to still back me. Well, I said, "Whoa, Spotlight, calm down." Which the fish weren't that bad spooky today, so it didn't mess them up. But Terry, the answer to your question is, you almost have to have a perfect scenario for that to work out.
Yes, yeah, everything's got to be coordinated. But look, the good thing about the Spotlight, I use mine when I catch a fish. Don't want to get blown backwards, take him off the hook. I Spotlight.
That's right.
But, Tara, if you go up there and you have it on your trolling motor shaft, you go up there and those fish are 8 foot deep. You get that jig in the vicinity, then you're using the Jedi. If you have to turn it, you're in the area. Just do your reel and watch your rod and old school it. As long as you're in the general area of those fish, especially if you're looking at a brush pile or something like that, you can use your little Jedi like we used to use back in the day. But sometimes, like John said, you can get below and just run it and feather it right to them.
Tara, where do you fish? I mean, you had some great questions, and
Yeah.
I'd love to know where you fish. And if you're fishing like docks and stuff, we probably can answer some more specific questions
Yeah. The river.
on how to help you with spot lock and not having line scope, or if you do different things.
Right.
It's
I
been
know I spotlight.
it's been nice having you on here. I hope you continue to come each week.
Yeah,
You got great questions.
I don't care. I like the questions too, but you know,
is it October yet? Chad, get up off October. What are you talking about? Is it October yet? But we're killing them right now. Why you? He's up there on that Coosa.
You worried about?
Hey, he's up there on that Coosa, hating life because, man, go where there's some white crappie, bud.
Derek Howard been smashing on Tom Bigby blackfish. I need to say this, guys. I got to visit Alabama, Coastal Alabama Community College today with Scott Dees, and man, they took care of me and got me some good contacts for work. We went down there and ate. If you have a kid that is undecided and he wants to go into the blue collar world or be a nurse, they've got so many opportunities down there, man. They spoke to us today about all kinds of opportunities for people to get in school: pipe fitting, welding, nursing. I mean, they teach makeup on one end and welding on the next. It's crazy, but if you have a kid that's undecided, they have 8 different campuses. But I wanted to give a shout out to Scott and them, man. They took care of us today and got me hooked up with some people, and I appreciate them. So, okay. Millie Ferry's where Tara's talking about. Okay.
Oh, good. All right. Well, hey, Tara, if you've got spot lock, and I don't know if you have what you got, the stuff on the troll mud or whatever.
Yeah.
You can spot lock outside of a boat dock if you found a boat dock with fish on it. You got your little wind or a little current, and a lot of times I'll get out of my seat when I get spot locked on a boat dock, and I'll get down there where I'm just like low level.
I've laid on my stomach.
Yeah, I'll shoot that jig under a boathouse or whatever I got to do. Matter of fact, I did it Tuesday. My buddy, he was struggling. There was a pontoon boat, and you had to shoot up under the in between the pontoons of the pontoon boat to catch a fish. And he's like, I'm never going to be able to do this. I was like, all right, I'm going to put you in cheat code mode. So I just pulled off the dock, spot locked the boat, and I got him down the bottom of the boat. And I said, look, just shoot the jig, get down low, and you can see up under there and shoot the jig up under the pontoon. And it worked. So,
yeah, like I said, Ben, I've spot locked and just counted my jig down and been successful when they're pulling the current pretty good. But like John said, if you can get down current from it, feather it in there and watch your jig and get it in the vicinity of those fish, then I spot lock, taking the fish off and go right back to them. When they're running 3 turbines at Miller's Ferry, you're not going to catch many crappie on the main river anyway. They're going to be so tight behind those root balls and stuff, it's going to be rough. So, but this time of year, when they're barely pulling water, you can get up there and fish it. You can also get up there and cheat it and then turn it in and then fish and then get back and then turn it and get it in. You'll figure out a way to do that. Boat control, that's why we always preach these power brakes right here from Chad Clifton. They're a game changer, man. You can back that boat up, get it over. You can maneuver the boat, a lot easier, and it makes boat control. My daddy said he's got all the grandkids. He's busy. But that's a great question. She said she is Blaine Newton's wife. Okay. I've heard that name before. So James said he ain't shooting the dog. It sounds like Shallow.
Oh, my gosh. He's making fun of Shallow is what he's doing. James will shoot a dog. I've shot a dog right beside James before. So I know he'll shoot one. Yeah,
hey, there's a lot of fish to be caught on those docks, man. I have to shoot on the limbs all the time like we had to do Tuesday evening. Sure did, man. We've had a good show, man. Great questions. Gave away a rod. Steve, you won a rod and a hat. But, yeah, y'all bring questions like that. You know what's cool about it, guys? Even if you know the answer, ask the question because somebody watching this show is wanting to know what you're asking.
Normally, Tim will ask them good questions. He has been slacking tonight.
He has. There's old James. That's my buddy James. Man, I've enjoyed fishing with James. I've been on 2 trips with him, and then one only with his dad. Great fisherman. Me talking about relaxing the fish with him. When somebody knows the gig and knows what's up, he's on it. I mean, he could cast well. Practice shooting jigs. Next trip John, he was on it. And thank goodness he was, because fish wasn't as active as they were. I told him, I go home and practice. He got out there, hey, shooting at a cup, just like we all did. And, I think him and his dad's going to end up getting a boat and getting into it. So, man. Oh man, I tell you, the good thing is where I fish, I don't fish a lot of boat docks. Some of these lakes are all boat docks only. But man, if you fish on the Coosa River, man, it's rough right now. I don't care who you are. It's going to be rough. I mean, there's a reason Eric Cagle leaves the Coosa River and goes towards Mississippi. There's a reason. One of the best fishermen in the country. I'm not saying he can't catch them, but be consistent. That Coosa River beats you up unless you find whitefish. Where Chad's fishing, there's plenty of whitefish up there. You just got to go find them. So, but like Tim said, sometimes you need dynamite. Amen.
Coosa's going to be a booger bear until you go middle fall from now on. True.
I agree with you, John. I went to Logan Martin not too long ago and seen a ton of fish, and they gave me the bird. Bird is the word. So.
Hey, but here's the deal: you can go out there at night and catch them.
Oh yeah, if you want, you're exactly right. You can.
It's just, I don't want to be out there at night fishing.
I can't stand it either. Somebody asked me the other day, "You ever go out here at night?" Talking about down there, Demopolis where I was fishing. I said, when we ride back at dark, I'll show you why I don't go. And man, we ate 400 pounds of bugs on the way in.
Yes.
And he, even though the martins eat them. There's a lot of purple martins and stuff that nest all in those banks. During the day, you won't see a mosquito. But at night, son, you're eating them. But yeah, James talking about some blackfish. Hey, I love catching blackfish.
Yeah, he's just saying that they're hard-headed this time.
They are. This time of year, they do get a bad attitude. They love the cold. God, they love the cold. Blackfish don't care about cold. It can be 10 degrees. They love it. So, you said you caught a mixed bag today, John. I seen the pictures.
Yeah, I tried to throw a drum in there with them, but the boys didn't want it. I said, you slip that drum fillet in there with those other fillets, nobody will ever know.
Yeah, they we caught, I think, two blackfish Tuesday evening. Not a lot. You definitely could tell their attitude difference. It was all whitefish. So. But yeah, there's a lot of fish to be caught right now if you'll get out there and learn them and fish different water. The Coosa's just not it. I'm sorry. I love it. I love to catch them and love to fish for them, but it's rough right now. When somebody like Tim that fishes every day tells you, hey, it's tough. Take their word for it. He fishes it a lot and guides it a bunch. So, but man, we've had a good show.
The one thing we haven't talked about, we need to, is if anybody would like to donate to the kids tournament,
Dippy Outdoors, yes, the kids
Dippy Outdoors kids tournament. Please let me know. We've got the rod and reels covered for this year. If you'd like to buy a tackle box, have it shipped to here or to
jigs,
down there.
You want to send, it doesn't matter.
Anything, jigs, tackle boxes, whatever. We've had some great people donate so far. Alpha Plumbing's donated. I got another guy that's supposed to be getting us a check this week. We'll announce who he is.
Yes.
So if you want to donate to the kids tournament, please let me know. Or message me if you got my cell, or hit me on Messenger. The kids tournament is a kids tournament that we have. It's a charitable thing. Every kid that shows up gets a rod and reel. We'd like to get them a tackle box too. This year we're fortunate enough to already have a lot of rod and reels. Yes, you can donate hand ties.
Yeah,
that'd be great. You can donate anything you want to donate.
Have a little giveaway
that has to do with a kid getting their ass off the couch or off a video game and getting them outside. So if it's a basketball goal or a kayak or whatever the heck it is, please help us. Tackle boxes are kind of a thing you can do. Walmart's got like one that's like an open and shut type deal. That's great. We were able to get some of those last year at a good price. But yeah, please let me know if you can help us out with the Dippy Outdoors kids tournament.
Yeah, we'll post some videos. You don't have a great signal down there, but all of us are gonna be there. we'll have a tent set up. And
last year, I think we gave away like 135 kids left with rod and reels. So
we had a lot of rod and reels. God,
hit myself or Shane up, and we'll get the stuff down there to the tournament. Last year, I had the whole back of my truck was like packed.
Sure was. I remember all them rods, man. We ate, and that room was slap full of rods. I mean, God, it was awesome seeing all them rods. All them kids lit up, man. The snow cones and the rods, and we're all going to be down there because Ashton asked if we were, so we're going to be down there. So. Wade Cole said he's coming. Good, man. We'll take all the help we can get, bud. I know Piggly Wiggly's going to donate some drinks, and I don't know what all they're going to donate. I'll find out. Tim said to let him know, so I'll talk to them probably next week or so. Camden also, I'll talk to Sage and see if we can get some stuff from him, drinks, hot dogs, something. I don't know. We'll get something from them guys. We'll appreciate them.
Shane, you ought to talk to Pig about donating some sausage, and me and you could just do fried sausage.
True.
Have you ever done the fried sausage before?
Oh yeah, put it in that fryer. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it don't take no time. We just dump it out. They can come through, get some fried sausage.
Do that and have some buns.
And you already got the fryer, so
I got the fryer sitting right there. Exactly right. It's sitting right outside that door right there. I'm frying some fish in the morning. I got to clean some fish in the morning, early in the morning, fry some, and do a little work. But man, it's I sure will. I'll talk to them. Hopefully, I don't know if William White said he may come. We're going to try to get a generator and a fan and try to have some decent air moving because I'm telling you, it was smoking hot last year. Woo! The kids liked it, and hey, that kind of kept us in there. So, Brian Gray, how much sausage y'all need? I don't know, buddy. Hey, man, there's a lot of people there. I promise you, it's not going to go to waste. But we could buy some sausage and get some buns and just hey. I know they have all kinds of food there. I mean, know for a fact.
There's plenty of food there. Me and Shane just talking about doing a little something different.
Doing a little something different. Just
trying to get people to watch what we got going on and talk about crappie fishing. And
yeah, man. I went to the deer show and I wore a cowboy hat to the deer show. And hey, believe it or not, I didn't talk fishing that much as I did the last prior years. So I got to talk to some people, got to meet some people that come on the show and yeah, I don't know. Hey, we'll figure it out, though. I promise you that.
Well, I'm about ready to make me a bacon and tomato sandwich. I
understand, but that hour's blown by. Thanks for the great questions. Thanks. There was 65 people on here at one time, man. Thanks for all our sponsors, all the guys you see behind me, and Piggly Wiggly, and we appreciate them. And congratulations, Stevie. And there he goes. Hey, Brian said y'all let me know. He'll take care of the funding from that. There you go.
That'd be great.
That'd be great, Brian. There you go, right there. We got some good listeners, man. They don't mind helping. They don't. Hey, people are very generous. Our circle of people is some of the best in the country. I promise you. So
I feel like
catch some fish. Go on, John.
All right. I feel like your boss man Ray. He might want to get involved with that.
Boss man Ray. He gets back from Africa next week. He's over there feeding villagers. I tried to text him. He said, "Son, I have to call you back. I'm in Africa." Yes, sir. Hey. Love my boss, man. He takes care of me. So we'll see y'all next week. We're gonna have John. I catch some more fish. I don't know how much fishing I'm gonna do this weekend, but hey, bring your questions. Let's do it again, guys. Thank y'all.
See y'all.